As a loyal viewer, you know we are history buffs. Eisenhower is a personal hero. This picture of him addressing American paratroopers ahead of D-Day shows everything. A warrior and a leader. He would later reluctantly become a politician. After the Gulf War, Republicans tried to get Colin Powell to run for president. He declined. Storming Norman Schwarzkopf became the first general to reach celebrity status since World War II. Today, you don't become a general, though, without becoming a politician first. 3- and 4-star jobs only come after time at the Pentagon and a lot of friends in Congress. And more than ever, they are called before Congress to answer about social justice rather than force lethality.
We do not teach critical race theory. We don't embrace critical race theory, and I think that's a spurious conversation.
Personally, find it offensive that we are accusing the United States military, our general officers, our commissioned, non-commissioned officers, of being, quote, woke or something else because we're studying some theories that are out there.
Drag shows are not something that the Department of Defense supports or funds.
And like America's top politicians, they all have protective details. For example, plainclothes photos of Schwarzkopf's protective detail during the Gulf War. They were mostly members of Delta Force. The Intercept pointed out now, almost 30 years later, the Army has a protective services battalion tasked, quote, with protecting current as well as former high-ranking military officers from assassination, kidnapping, injury. All of those make sense. But adding one more, embarrassment. Lieutenant General Tom Spohr is with us now. The Intercept article sort of details that this battalion of soldiers is looking at tweets to see who is saying mean things about the generals. Is it really that, or is it more of looking for threats?
Hey, Leland, this unit's mission has always been worried about kidnapping and harm to general officers. It's beyond me to understand why they would have broadened this to embarrassment or tweets or any of that type of thing. Generals ought not to fear engagement with the American public or social media, and so I don't know why they would need the assistance of criminal investigation division agents to protect themselves from their own reputations and that type of thing. So this is nonsensical. I had a protective services detail when I was in Iraq as the deputy commanding general there. We never even looked at the internet. You know, we were focused on external threats. So this makes no sense.
What's changed in the military? I don't get it. Yeah,
I mean, the 24/7 news cycle has made a lot of senior leaders very nervous about their reputation. They know if they say or utter the wrong thing that they can be called to task for it almost immediately. You know, gone are the days where, you know, we had generals like Patton or MacArthur or otherwise who had a lot of leash. Nowadays, there's, you know, between the time where you may say something that may be not quite perfectly written and when you get called to task for it, you can measure that time in minutes, you know, not months.
Pentagon Secret Service trawls social media for mean tweets about generals. This is from the Intercept article. The procurement document begins by describing the Army's need to mitigate online threats as well as identify positive or negative sentiment about senior Pentagon officials. Requirement to provide global protective services for senior DoD officials, adequate security, mitigate online threats, direct, indirect, veiled, the identification of fraudulent accounts, and positive or negative sentiment related specifically to our senior high-risk personnel. Look, I don't want to be an alarmist here, but once you start having the military looking at what is the free political speech of the citizens, that ain't America anymore.
No, that's wrong. I'm like to think the benefit of the doubt to some lower level staffer wrote those words without realizing. I mean, what this should have been, and it's just like the mission that Social Security has. You know, they monitor social media accounts to make sure there are no direct threats on senior White House or other officials. It should be the same with general officers, flag officers in the military. I mean, somebody should be looking to make sure there are no direct threats, like I'm going to kill you, General Spohr.
Well, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So yeah, this is just, the last part was a little odd, but look, there's a political wing now, or a political part of being a general, as we talked about. It's good to see you, sir. Thank you very much. Happy July 4th.
You as well, Leland. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.